It's welcome to Amberskies. It's Monday. Oh, dreaded Mondays, huh? I don't have those anymore because I'm going to enjoy myself. And my name's Blades, and welcome to the future of 3D networks. What have I got in front of me? Oh yes, what wouldn't compile on Friday? Yeah. I didn't cast it to a base ECS component pointer. That's what it was complaining about. Why? Because it's a template and it doesn't have implicit casting when templates are concerned. So we have to tell the compiler what we want to do with it. And there we go. It works, as you can see below. 100% build. Lovely. So that was the only thing that was stopping the code from building. Yeah. Not bad. I think that's a good success anyway. What do I want to do with this? Bin it. Thank you. Where does that put us to today? Yeah, back into the ECS code, but we're doing components today, aren't we? And that's done within the HPP file. Okay. Going to be note there on the screen. We'll pop that file up. We'll save this one. Right, we have 3 component methods to do. We've got add, remove, and get. And let's have a look. We are going to have to do some silly things here. No, we're not. It's not silly, but it's just a little awkward. Right. Remove component. That's going to have to be renamed. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Where should we start? Add component, I guess. And that is here. Now, I can't really write too much in here. It's a template class. So we have to pull any code outwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to use internal private methods to save us duplicating code in the template class. I think that's going to be the better idea. So add component. I want to add component internal, don't I? Alrighty, we'll do it here. Alright. Let's think about it. Void. Alright. So, this is going to be our first part here. What's it going to take? Everything. An entity handle, maybe? Yeah, we can have one of those. We'll call it handle, shall we? We'll need that array. Array standard parand. Yeah, it's this one here. 2 openers, 2 closers. And we'll just need the address of it, I think. So we can have that. What can we call that? Well, that's the entity, isn't it? We'll pull this back. And what else shall we have? Good question. Very good question. What else shall we have? Oh, God. A uint32 component ID. How's about that? Was it capital or not? Okay, I've just done something wrong. Where's my notes? Here we are. Here's my notes. My God. Unit 32 component ID. I think so. Yeah, we can do that. That's what we can call it. And the last thing I want to do is the component. Just call it component. There we go. Let's put a semicolon on that and see if we can do that. Yeah, I think we can. Right, let's implement that. Yeah, we're going to need these two, aren't we? What do we have so far in the CPP? Right, so we've already got that one. Okay. That's done. That's what I want to take. And that's where I want to place it. Just about there will do fine. Give ourselves some more space as well, I think. Let's see, ECS, isn't it? It's part of the ECS. Shift ECS, colon. That makes it correct. Now, how are we going to add a component? Well, really, we've already done it. ECS make entity. Here we go. Yeah, in ECS make entity. It's this part here. Yep, it's that part there. So we've actually already done it, but we'll have to redo it, I suppose. So I'll copy that. Pop that in here. Just back that up a slight bit. Now, what have we got here now? We have ECS create function, yeah, create function, base component, ECS component, yeah, blah, 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 and then it's going to be component ID. Alright, that's not right. Alright, that's now correct. Next line, we have a standard pair, UN32, UN32, is going to be a new pair, yeah. New pair first is going to just be the component ID. That's nice and easy. We can do that one. New pair second, it's going to be create components, component ID again. Just keep taking this bit off. Handle is correct, and the last part is just going to be... How are we bringing this in? That's going to be a pointer. Yep, that's going to have to be a pointer. It's not going to work. So I'll put that to a pointer. And that makes that a component. Like that. Does that work? No. Right, is it going to be... Why isn't it right? It's a base ECS component. space ECS component star. That's correct. It's a standard allocator uint 8, comma uint 8. Uint 8, uint. Yeah, okay. Something's not right here. Create function. Components, component ID, handle, and component. Isn't that supposed to be an address? No. Read what it says. No operator matches these operands. Operands are map 32 int. Component ID. No, there's something wrong here. What have I done wrong? Right, the first thing I've not done right is I haven't put a bracket there, have I? And that fixes it. So it's just a missing bracket, a square bracket. Silly me. New entity. Okay. Is just going to be entity, isn't it? So it's entity dot pushback. So we can take the second off. New pair. Yes. That works. Fantastic. Alrighty, so now we've got that, we can replace the code in ECS make entity, because that's where we just copied it from. So that's from there to there was the copy. This is ECS make entity, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right, that's the code we copied. So we've refactored it, basically. That can go. And now what we can do is say add component internal. That comes up nicely. So it's just going to be handle. New entity. That's that one. And it's a pointer to second I want. That's a comma. Carry on a new line. Component IDs. Component IDs, yeah, that's that one, and that was sub I, if I remember rightly. So we just wiped out. And the last part was that silly bit for entity components, wasn't it? That one there. Sub I. Yep, that works. There we go. Wow. I'm going to split that down properly, because then it'll look better, because that's our replacement code. That's the actual final command. Wow. That worked well. Okay. So far, not so bad. Let's do a quick compile, make sure I haven't messed it up. I didn't mess it up. Wow. Hey, hey. I'm getting good at this game. Anybody would think I'm learning how to program here. My God. We're not doing bad, actually. This ECS stuff is pretty serious stuff. Alright, so now we can go back to our header file and we can complete our add component to do. That's this part here. So our add component method now does add component internal brackets semicolon, and it's going to be component blah 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 handle. Right, okay, component. Will this work? Have I got entity here? No, I don't. Okay. Let's carry on. Handle to entity. Yeah. I'll need handle to entity. Alright, okay, we'll have that one. Component ID. It's literally just going to be component ID, isn't it? Yeah. Component with a capital, colon, and its ID. Comma. And the last one is component. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Where are we getting entity from? Or where can we get entity from? I can't get the entity from the handle. Not happy about that. Did I mean entities? Think about it. No, I do mean entity. Again, it's asking me, did I mean entities? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It is entity, but where are we going to get it from? Where are we getting it from in here? 1 second, I'm not happy with this. Go down. I think I've misdone that one. No, I am not happy with this code. I'm happy with that code. Alright, it's not, it's handle. entity, yeah, okay. So that's wrong. That should be handle. That should be... I'm not sure. Whoops. Z, please. Control B. Yeah. It's still looking for that. Handle to entity just takes a component ID, doesn't it? And it returns an entity. And he wants the handle. Okay. That's correct. Oh, Z, stop it, B. That's it. Got it the right way around now. Okay, so onwards we go. ECS, that's add component. Right, okay, add components. Quite happy and doing the correct thing now. What have I written in my notes? It's completely different to what I wrote in my notes. Oh, God, I know what I did. That. That's why it's completely different in my notes. Now it's correct. B. It agrees with my notes now. Yeah. That is the solution. That's the correct solution. Why have I renamed it to entity? Because that's what it's really doing here. It is for the entity. So we want the entity's handle putting in here. And that's to remind the user what we're actually doing. If you remember, it's the user gets a message when using these kind of things, like if you put a comma in or something, you get this bit that comes up above here. Well, they don't want to see this kind of stuff. They want to see that kind of stuff, so they know what they're actually doing or being asked for. Whoops. And that should now work. So let's have that. That's good news. That's our first component. Alright, so have we done everything with add component? We can't do the same with remove component, that's for sure. Alright, first, let's remove component. We're going to need a remove component internal. So, let's rename what we've already got here. We don't want that. HPP, come down. Remove component internal, that's got to be renamed. Okay, how's about delete? Component, that's allowed. Alright. We've used this somewhere, haven't we? Yes, we have. Okay. There. So that's going to have to change to delete component. Yep, that's working now. Yeah. Any more? Any more for any more? No, because if not, I will write the function or method. Save, save, save. Save, save, save. Alrighty. It's been empty long enough. Let's write it. Alright, okay. How do we write this one? So we're now on delete. Inside the for loop. That's what it was, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's done. Right, we've done that already. What are we going to need to remove an entity? Delete a component. We have got the ID and the index. That's all we need. Okay. Orange juice. Captain OJ. Alright, deleting components. Here we go. Dead easy, you might think. Yep, sure is. We are going to need the components. I'm going to use my magical array, which is just std : vector, if that's what you want to type in. Or you can hash define your own. A uint 8. That's the memory. We just want the address. Got no decent, it's just a blob of memory, so there we go. It's an array now. Components. Sub component ID. There we go. Lovely. That's nice and easy. I like the easy lines. That's great. We are going to need the free function. We've written it, so we'll use it. ECS component free function. We will name it free function, and that's going to equal the base ECS component. Base ECS component get type free function. It's pretty obvious, considering it all comes up for us now. And it's just component ID, isn't it? Yeah, ID, yeah. That's that line. Give ourselves some more space in case we need it. Let's see, and we need to know its size. We need to know the size of what we are deleting, because it's memory. We're dealing with memory here, so we better find out how big it is. Make sure it's a variable. And that's just going to be base ECS. No, let's do it properly. Base ECS component. And we have a get type size, don't we? Yeah, we do. What does that need? That needs just, believe it or not, the ID. Even nicer, so our component ID is actually doing quite well for us here. What we're going to do with all of this? Right, what we're going to do is we are going to take the last thing that we have, our last component in the array, and place that over the top of the thing that we want to delete. We don't care which order the components are in, so we should be able to do that. So the last component in the array is a uint 32. Source, S-O-U-R. We're going to have a source and a destination. So this will be the source index, a thing that we're going to copy over. Array.size. It's not -1, is it? No. It's going to minus type size. because we don't know how big it is. Alright, so base ECS component star source component equals, we're going to have to do some casting. Yep, to base ECS component star. We have to cast it, whatever it is, because it hasn't got implicit conversion. So it's and array dot. No, it's not dot. It's sub source index. And we are also going to need the other one, which is going to be our destination component. And that's going to equal, same kind of thing, base ECS component, we will cast, and it's in the array at position, well that's got passed in, so it's just index. I would have been told what that one is, just here. Alright, that works. Now, did we get the free function? Yes, we did. So, free function. And that will take a base ECS component pointer, which is our destination. So we can free up the destination component using the free function that we've created. But there's a special case. If this is the final element in the array, we've got to stop at this point. We can't go any further. Right. So we're going to have to come out of this. If it is, we've done everything. Nearly. So, if our index is equal to source index, it means there was only one component and we've just got rid of it. So we will need to array dot resize, and we'll have to resize it to the source index. That's good. And just return. Yeah. Right, that gets us out of the problem that we would create. Now we're going to have to do some memory management. So in ECS we are going to add hash include. I've got core. Is it core? I think it is core slash. Have I got a memory? Yeah. Right. As you don't know, this is what's go peek definition. This is what memory does. Various memory functions, struct memory, and it does memmove, memcopy, and there's a template for memset and mem0. This is going to help me when I do the network part. Mem copy, mem swap. Default alignment 16, minimum alignment is 8. That's for packing your bytes together. And we have another template here for the platform, aligning and malloc, realloc, free, get all alloc, get all alloc, or just get all alloc. So yeah, that's what's in there. I'll take that slowly back up now. So yeah, that's quite a lot actually. So there's quite a lot of stuff in that header, but it's all memory management. If you need it, let me know. Can always send you a copy. And that's that. So we've got the memory manager. Now we can use it. So what we need to do now is copy the last element or component, I'll call it this time, last component into the deleted components index. In other words, replace it. So we can then resize, obviously, and bring our array size down. It's a simple trick, but that means all I got to do is memory, and I can do a mem copy. No, CPY. Thank you. I need destination, source, and a pointer. Alright, so that is going to be destination component. Try that again. Comma, source component. I'm guessing, yep, that's right. Comma, I think, is it the index? No, you're not. Don't be daft, it's type size. It needs to know how much memory. And how much memory we are copying. Lovely. That's the mem copy done. Now we have to update the entity. So it points to the correct component because we just moved it. So how are we going to do that? We need an array of std pairs. I've got a feeling I know what's coming up here. Oops, wrong way. uint32. I think we've seen this before somewhere, haven't we? Yeah. Right, so it's just what we've been using up here. There you go, entity, handle to entity. So this is our entity. So let's grab our entity. But what we're going to do is call it source components. That makes more sense at this point in time. Right, so I've got our source components, and that's going to equal, just as it did before, handle to entity, isn't it? Yeah. And that's going to need source component entity. Have I got it? Yes, I have. Good. Thank God for that. 4. Now I've got to go through it all. Yeah, I know. It's a bit of a... Luckily, there's not going to be that many components, so this kind of stuff can be done at runtime, anytime you like. And it ain't going to take too long. It'll be blisteringly fast, because it just doesn't work out that you have tons and tons of components on one entity. Otherwise, you would have a super entity, I guess. So it's source components. Did I pluralize it? I did, didn't I? Doesn't matter. Dot size. Seen this 100 times now. I++. Let's go through a for loop. And so, oops, sorry. That was a microphone. Grab a drink. I've got to find a match. If component ID is equal to the source component ID, source component ID is going to be no, it's a dot, come on, dot, oh, it's components, sorry, dot first is the ID, so if those two are equal, and the source index is equal to the source components. It's obvious what I'm doing now. I dot second. So if those two match up, we've got the right one. Right, so we just have to change the index. And that's going to be source components I dot second is the index, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. I dot second, and all we're going to do is set that to the current index. Yeah, that's right. That swaps over. Why you don't do that to me? And then we can just break out of it because we've got the right one. Okay, that's it. Done. 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 Nice. Done it. And that's source index. There we go. We just resize and done. That wasn't hard. Actually, that was quite straightforward. It's just a simple copy. Yeah, it's just a simple copy over, mem copy, followed by a redirection of an index. So yeah, that's how you delete a component. I'm glad I stopped to do that now. Fantastic. So I've got all that stuff done. No comment from our compiler at this point in time. This is looking good. Right, now we can start on the remove component bit. This bit. So we've got the handle. And for this, we will need a remove component internal. So let's go down here. Okay, let's put it in here. We want a bool. because we want to know if we remove it or not. Bool. Yeah, just remove component internal, the real one. And all we're going to do is take in an entity handle called handle, and a uint 32 component ID. Yes, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. That's a lot easier than the last one. Yeah, alright, we'll do that. Save. Let's get on with it. Here. And it's in ECS. No, thank you. Shift ECS. There we go. I think we've got to remove component internal. So this is going to basically be part of the delete component, which is nice. So let's see what we need. We've already written this. It's here. I think it's this one. I think this has got everything in it that I need. Yeah. It's close to this one, but it's not really close enough. So it's similar to this bit here. I don't like copy and paste, so I'm just going to take you 2 bits. No, I'll take the first up to there. I'll take the first bit of it anyway. And I'm not going to need that. So that'll go. Right, source components. What's that going to be? Well, it's just going to be entity components, really, isn't it? Let's rename it to entity components. Is this going to work alright? Yeah, because that's handle now, isn't it? There we go. That modifies nicely. Will it work? Yes, it will. Right, this one's a lot easier. It's going to be delete component. That's why we did it first, so we could use it. And it's going to be entity components I dot first. That's correct. Comma, and it wants what? Oh, right, it's just component ID, and yeah, that's fine then. Entity, components, sub I dot second. As simple as that. That's good. Right, so uint 32 source index. That's going to equal entity components dot size. And I think, yes, that is just going to be a -1, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it's a uint 32. What else do we need here? I'll actually split these off because we've done the delete. Destination index. And that equals I. That looks okay to me. So we've now got the source index and destination index. Right, I need those two, because we have to change that pointer. So entity components sub I, no, destination index equals entity components sub I, no, source index. That's right, yeah. So transferred that the index pointer over, which means we get a freebie. And these I love, because now all we have to do is pop back to get rid of it. And it'll do all the resizing and everything for us free of charge. And we'll return. Thank you, Muppet. Not a good jump there. Ow! Here's the cat. Hey, purring. Are you going to purr into the microphone for everybody? No? Okay. Alrighty. What else is there here? Muppet. Please no, don't. Come on. Sit down or something. Come on, sit down. Hey? That's a rather loud purr you've got there. We need to know if it doesn't work. So it's a bool, return true if we delete, return false if we don't. Where are you off to, Muppet? Oh, you want to sit there, right, okay. Wow, now we can finally do return component. Let's see if it works. Remove component, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Let's try this one now. So this is going to be a bool, and that's a return. We made it a bool. Remove component internal using the entity I called it handle. So entity, comma, and that's component very easy ID. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Nice and easy on that one. I think we'll keep these splitting down as well. Looks better. There we go. So that's remove component. How's that done? We're doing well on these. We've got add, and we've got remove, and now we do the get. Or do we? Okay. Let's see what happens next. Well, I think you can guess what's coming up. I'm just wondering, should I make the other one bool? I'll think about it. Let's do this one. Get component internal. Ow. Up it. Try not to use your claws too much. And that's going to be star. Get component internal. We are going to need that array of standard pairs again. I am sorry to say. What we're going to call it though? Okay. Entity components. That'll do. And uint 32. Sorry, uint 32. And we're just going to have component ID again. Seems to be useful. Very useful. So that's going to be our get component internal. Alright. So we can probably guess what we're going to do here. Base ECS component star. And it's going to return get component internal. And it's just going to be quite straightforward, isn't it? Or is it? Yeah, it's going to be alright, this one. We'll use handle to entity. And that's going to be entity. Because I bet we've done it here. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, let's just rename it. Keep it in line with everything else. Comma. And again, it's just going to be component ID. Is that correct? Yeah. It is, it's correct. So that's the header file now completed. We just need that now in our CPP file. go. And it's an ECS. Make it a member of ECS. Like that. Everything should start working. And now we can have some fun. Get component internal. So we're going to have to go through the components and find the right one. Fair enough. For uint 32. I. Whilst I is less than entity components. Dot size. I think that's right, is it? Yeah, that'll be the one. So we're going to search through our entity components and find the right one. So if we got component ID is equal to the entity components I first, yeah, second is the index. So first, excellent. What do we need to do? We literally just return it, don't we? We've got the right one, so let's return it. We'll have to cast it to a base ECS component, of course, because we don't have that automatic feature. So it's components. It's components sub oh god, component ID sub entity components. Why am I writing this line? I dot second. Jesus. Ever had that feeling you should have split a line down into more parts? Wow. Did I just write that? That's gobbledygook. How are you supposed to understand that? So what we are returning is a cast, or cast to a base ECS component. A component from the components that we have, using the component ID, from the entity component second, which is the index. Wow. That's all I'm going to say about that. All I'm going to say about that is, wow. And if that fails, we can return a null pointer. Wow. Will this compile? Yep. No compilation errors now in the whole of our ECS system. We've got no idea if it works. It should do. The logic's correct. Some of these crazy lines are correct. I've got a few of them now. And I'm beginning to like it. I'm actually really beginning to like it. What have we got so far? We have make an entity, add a component. Sorry, make an entity, remove an entity. We've got add components, remove components, get components. But what we haven't got is any system that's going to act upon those opponents. So our entities we can now make, but we don't have a way of making a system to use them. Okay. I think we can do something about that. Update system float delta time. Okay. And remove system. So I've got add system. We've already got that. That's free of charge. And here we go, system stuff. This is now into our next video, I think. How far have I gone on this? 1 hour and 6. Wow, that's record timing, and I got it right for the first time. So that's our components. Any questions? I can answer them, but whether it'll be an understandable answer, I don't know now. Our ECS component is now dynamic at runtime, which means we can make random entities on the fly. We can add and remove components. We can add and remove or add and delete entities, full entities. We can do absolutely everything, and it can all be done at runtime. In other words, when everything else is being processed, all of this can be processed at the same time. It's actually quite fast. And the beauty of it is it's going to speed up the rendering as well. Because we'll be able to use the component system as an advantage with our entities, so that we can group up certain entities that we can render together. And that's going to be phenomenal. We're talking like 1,000, 100,000 plus entities on screen at once. I'd say more than that, 160,000, 150,000 probably. Probably max out about 150,000, I think. But I don't know what it's going to do in a virtual machine like this. It might just max out at about 150, because a virtual machine doesn't have a graphics card. But it'll be fun. This thing still run? Wow. Yes, it does. So everything's running. There's no garbage going on. The whole system has to be rewritten, unfortunately, which is one of the reasons why I may be going offline soon. We've got all the code. We've been doing this code now for a year, and this is now production code standard. As you may have noticed, I'm literally writing straight into production code, which means it all needs to be rewritten, which is going to take a while. Only problem I can see with this code at this time, let's just make this bigger, control, here we go, it's ls 5.5 gig, that figure. That's the program, and that's how big it is. 1 second. Not MyPy, thank you. What do we want? CGFX5. CGF5. Okay. Ah, here we go. Got it. Alright, so memory-wise, my window covers 27k at runtime, 27 meg and 61 meg. So it's not all being stored in memory. A lot of that 4.5 gig is somewhere else. That's interesting, isn't it? It only takes up 3% of the CPU, but that's all that's in memory. 60, 70, 80, so 90 meg. So what the hell is the rest of it doing? I mean, Dolphin, this thing here, this program here, uses more. Yeah, that's quite big. But no, it's an actual, at runtime it's very small. So it's running on a very small footprint. I mean, just this plasma window takes 144, 290 megabytes just for the display. I mean, these are not big figures, are they? I mean, the system monitor's bigger than the goddamn program. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know what it's going to run like on Windows. Windows will probably splatter itself with memory. But on Linux, we've got no leaks and it's stable and that's it. 5% of my CPU is being used. And that's the virtual machine's CPU, not the machines. The computers. It's crazy. You can see it stuttering slightly. That'll speed up soon. Well, when I finish the program it will. Hi dear. Yeah, I've got to go back, haven't we? Okay. So that's everything programming gigging wise. Which one are we on today? We're on day 6. So this is day 6. ECS components complete. Plus 100% build. Okay, that'll do nicely. As you can see, we're only doing alterations in 2 files now. So this is the last part, systems. If we can get systems right, we might be able to do an example of how to do a component. But what I'll do for that is, might do is just change over the input to the component system. That might be interesting. So make an input component and let that control the movement for, well, the object that we are controlling. So I think we're done. Done for the day. Any questions or anything you want to know about or anything you want me to go over with the ECS system? It fits in with the keyboard integration system that I did the other week, 2 weeks ago now. So the two systems work together. I made the input system standalone and I'm making this ECS system standalone. So if we go into not build, LM source, there we go. So this file here, ECS, all of this is all standalone. Can be used in any engine that you want, or any program you want. Same with the keyboard. The only thing with the keyboard is it does have to be integrated at the platform level. So where did I put game event handler, input control, game event handler? So yeah, it's those two files, that file. That's it really. There's not really a lot to that one. And then all you need is integration into whatever platform you're using. In this case, it's SDL. So we had to integrate it into our SDL application, if I remember rightly. And that's all standalone. This platform thing's standalone. Everything's standalone in here. This cross-integration I don't like. I would prefer to bring that out of there and do an SDL event handler separate. At the moment it's inside there, but or inside there I should say. But at the moment, yeah, okay. That's probably going to come out of there, and this is going to, I think I might be changing this to SFML. The whole platform. Just rewrite it. I want to get the footprint down. That's one of my objectives with this. So a rewrite and reduction of size for portability, because at the moment 4.5 gig isn't funny. You know, you get into major game size and we haven't even got all the logic in. But we have succeeded in one thing. We are now keeping all of the logic separate from all of the graphics, and that's key to this success of this system on its final build. Its final build is coming up, starts in November. I'm due to do it. It's going to be good. I'm really going to enjoy it, actually. So, final build's November. Where are we up to now? We're up to October. By the end of next week, we have ECS completed and integrated with an example. I think I'm going on leave the week after that. And the Friday, I start the next build. I'll be off R&D onto D. The research bit I've completed. Spent a year doing it, so it's time to do the development side of it. And on the 1st of November, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, it's 4th of November I'll probably start. I might take 2 weeks off. So that's the plan, that's the future. I need a break, obviously. I've been doing this since last November, if you don't know. I started this last November. It's going to be a 1-year research, which is what I plan to do from the start. And then I'm going to do a year development. Development's going to be easy now because we've got all the code that we could want. I've got piles and piles of code, and I can filter it all into the correct language slots, rewrite different parts of code into whichever language it's required in, and use it in the correct way. Fantastic. I think we've got a plan. But on my 2 weeks off, I've got to come up with a bigger thing. It's called client plan. I've got to come up with the full plan and spreadsheet for the client. I'll have 2 weeks off to do it in. I'm a workaholic, I know. take time off to do work. Well, to dream. I'm not allowed to dream at work. They don't like me doing that. I do that in my own time. So there we go. That's today, and it's working beautifully. I'm really glad it is now, because I was a bit worried. I was getting a little bit worried. And does anybody know what that ship is yet? Does anybody know what that ship is? Yeah. Were you watching last Sunday, eh? Did you see me sail that ship? It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. In fact, I'm doing XCOM. I'm going to play XCOM next today. And then tomorrow I am going to write the script for the systems. Because, do you know Mount Everest? It's the last 100 foot's the hardest. Well, that's where we are. We've climbed the mountain of ECS. And believe me, the system methods are going to spread my brains across the universe, most likely. So my notes and script had better be good. And I've got all tomorrow to write them. In the meantime, I want you all to take care. And above all, I want you all to have fun. Enjoy yourselves, peeps. It's been ace.